I'm here today because Dan is going to teach me how to use lime paint.
I am indeed. Lime paint doesn't create a film. So most paints, pretty much all of them, will create a slight film, if not a heavy one, higher the gloss most of the time. Lime paint, if I'm looking at a vertical surface like this, will penetrate into the surface. So that's what you're looking for. It's fully breathable. We're going to use these cards to begin with because I don't want you guys at home or you jumping in head first and doing something that you weren't sure on.
Right.
These are being primed.
Okay.
Lime paint needs a mineral surface. So our primer, perfect for that.
I'm intrigued.
Cool.
I'm also intrigued as to why you've chopped the handle off your paintbrush.
For every time we paint with lime, for the motion that you're going to use, not having the handle, I promise you, is so much easier. We've got two techniques that we normally use, which is the classic and the cloud. So I think we'll start with the classic. This is Thunder Sky. The thing you need to realise with lime paint is it will dry about 30% lighter than what we see here.
Okay.
So as much as we love this colour, it's not going to be that colour.
Be a medium grey.
Exactly. Have you ever played guitar before?
No.
Right.
Ukulele.
Oh, well, that's pretty good. So strumming technique is very loose. You're thinking rhythmically, and that's what you need to think about when you're painting this.
Go on.
Yeah, all right. So I'm going somewhere with this.
Right.
The first technique of the classic, you're trying to hide brush marks. So what we're going to do is we're going to load our brush up.
Yeah.
Make sure that we load it up a fair amount, and I want you to bring that kind of strumming technique up, down, up, and we're trying to hide those harsh stops with almost like a strum or a upstroke.
So what is the ultimate effect we're going for with lime paint?
But it's going to look more like you purposely went for a two-tone texture.
It scares me, Dan, having too much paint on my
No
brush.
worries, take a little off if you need to.
Right. Cool, it is super thick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh, it's quite gloopy. Okay, so then we're saying at the end of this stroke, just lift off.
Yeah.
Like I'm playing the guitar.
You can just see here.
Oh yeah, I've got a bit of a harsh stop.
Yeah, so if you work then down and back up.
So down there a few times.
That's it.
Oh, now I've got to stop here though.
Yeah, but that's bringing your ukulele back into play. There you go. That's much better. See now? All hidden, finishes here, but it moulds in.
You need to get the light on your side to really see
absolutely.
it.
But you see how you're cutting in up the top?
Yeah.
That's not what you'd normally do with any normal paint.
Okay.
So you've already got that technique down. You're just using what we like to call in the business common sense.
I've never had that before.
No.
That's incredible.
As you can see here, we haven't quite covered it.
Yeah.
But that's not the end of the world. We're doing several coats. We're building a technique up. So I'm really happy with it. You should be. You picked it up super quick as per everything.
I'm quite impressed with myself actually. I might take the ukulele back up. I actually really enjoyed that, Dan.
Good,
So I think I've mastered the classic. Can we now have a go on a big wall?
No.
Thanks.
I've got two techniques I want to teach you. Classic and the cloud.
That sounds messier. Go on.
Yeah, so still remember what I taught you before.
Right.
So we still don't want harsh stops and we're looking for consistency. But this is forgetting which direction you're painting in. Ooh. Okay? I like to think of a zigzag motion, crisscross.
Right.
And we're going to picture this as a wall.
Okay, so this is the floor.
Exactly.
That's our ceiling.
Exactly. I'm not going to load up my brush as much as I did before.
Okay.
I'm going to take quite a lot off of it. Still an amount on there, a bit like when you load up paint normally.
Yeah.
Okay. You see it's much thinner than what we did before.
You've got no harsh stops where your brush stroke ends, but you've got this kind of effect where that direction meets that direction.
Which is perfect because if you think of a cloud and a mottled effect, you're going to see darker tones there and lighter tones in others.
Nice.
All right. You want to give it a go? Do you feel like that's enough? Or do you want...
it does genuinely feel really awkward doing this.
I'll swap places.
Oh, I think have I got too much paint on my brush?
No, just drag that out. Use what you've got on your
Stretch it
brush
out.
and what you've got on the paint. That's it.
It's quite a fluid kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just got to go with it. It's a bit like it is like music or art.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got to think of...
Oh, harsh stop.
You hiding it?
Yeah, I got it. Oh, got another harsh stop.
So load up your brush again. Because probably what's happening is because you don't have enough paint on your brush, you're starting to pull away what you've done.
Yeah.
So we don't want that to happen, so we need to move quicker.
Okay, move quicker. Come on. I'm going to finish this last top corner up there. And then can we go and have a cup of tea while this dries?
Absolutely, sounds like a plan.
That is a good cuppa, Dan. Don't you hate it in films when they pretend to drink?
Yeah, I know, it really winds me up.
Right, lime paint.
Right, so I'd say the best thing to do is to split up.
Okay.
Okay, so you start one side, I start the other.
Different techniques?
Yeah, what do you want to do? You do classic?
Yeah, I'll do the vertical one first.
Okay, I'll do cloud on this side.
Okay.
When using a plastered wall, I just need to say, make sure you all realise, unless it's lime plaster or a mineral surface to begin with, you do need to prime it. But now I'm going to let you loose on the wall.
Cool.
If you're unsure or you're slightly worried, you've got too many harsh stops, so you're not sure how it's working for you, just step back.
Okay.
Take 2 seconds, look at the wall, reevaluate what you're doing, and then come back to it. First coat, fully done and dusted.
About time. It did take you long enough.
Well, look, I think this cloud effect's harder than that one.
Really? No. Getting vertical lines is tricky business. Do you want to swap?
Yeah, I don't see why not. You do that side, I'll do that side. So what do you think?
Do you know what? I'm pleasantly surprised because when you explained it to me initially, all about the whole ukulele strummy thing, I was a little bit concerned.
Yeah, I can understand that.
But I get it now. For this, you can have a single kind of colour going on, but you've got all that texture, all that intrigue.
Exactly, and two to choose from. I think you've got the cloud, mottled, really different, and then very classic with the classic. Venetian, that style, people really want that sometimes.
Yeah, that's lovely. Now you've got that white stripe down the middle, you can really see the difference. I do like this, and I enjoyed applying it, getting with the rhythm.
Yeah.
But I think I must say I prefer the cloud.
Okay, well, I'm very much on the classic side. I like that a lot. So what do they do if they want to try this at home?
Dan, they
Subscribe to the YouTube channel.